So yeah, this is Tapestry. It's a game by Stonemaier Games. It's the latest in their collection, and this is one of the few that are designed by Jamie Stegmaier. I believe he also did Viticulture, maybe Euphoria. I'm not too sure, but Viticulture is one of my favorite games of all time. I really dig Wingspan. I love Scythe. I just wish I could play it more. It's just a game you need a lot of people with. Um, but Tapestry just came out. I'm one of the Stonemaier champions, which means I got the pre-order. The pre-order came a little early. They allowed pre-orders for everybody, but they sent them out first to some champions, or to the champions that's kind of sent up there. For what it's worth, it's $12 a year, and you get free shipping on anything from their store, and some perks like early shipping on this game. But this is Tapestry. It's a civilization game, and you're essentially, as a civilization game is, you're kind of paving the way, making the history of your civilization through various actions, uh, various technologies, and conquering some land here. Um, Through this game in the Automa, you're playing actually two people, playing against two players in this solo game. They have an Automa, which, if you know other Stonemaier games, they have a person you play against, and they kind of act a lot like an opponent would, a human opponent. And then they have a what they call a Shadow Empire, and the Shadow Empire is clear is its sole purpose is just to compete for these tracks. So each of these tracks has three cubes. It has your own, it has the Automa, and it also has the Shadow Empire. And what happens is, I have this deck down here to the left, and you'll be able to see it. I kind of zoomed in another camera down here. You can kind of see the Automa deck cards better. But yeah, the Automa deck has two different sides to it, and this will be an example. And I'll shuffle these up again when I'm done. But you essentially flip over two cards, and the Automa and the Shadow Empire do whatever's in the middle here. And we'll go over each of these as I pull them out. But essentially, they allow the Automa to move up certain tracks, and as well as the Shadow Empire. I did a little setup video last night on the Twitch channel that you can check out how to set it up. But essentially, you set up the game as you would for yourself and other players, and um, you do a couple extra things. One, you set this mat out here for the Automa. Actually, give me 1 second. I'll have the window open. 1 second. Otherwise, you guys will hear crickets this whole time. So yeah, you set up the Automa. So what you do with the Automa is they get two of their little buildings on their board. This is the side that they're starting on. We're starting on this side. You also roll this science dice here, and the science die will tell you what type of civilization the Automa will go for. In this case, I rolled science uh, last night, so they're going to be the scientists. And then you put the card down for what that was. And that basically tells you, it gives you some things to do for the Automa when the time comes. In this case, every third, fourth, and fifth income turn, I will roll the science die, and then I'll do the action that it tells me to do. So after that, you give them their appropriate civilization, and then in the same track, in this case science, you put one of its buildings on that same track. In this case, it's science. So for the first round, the Automa's favorite track is science. So you have a little indicator here. For the Shadow Empire, you do the same thing. You set out cubes on each of the starting spots. They don't score anything, so you don't put anything up there on the scoring track. They're only competing for these tracks around the board. But what you do also do is roll this dice, and then you pick the Shadow Empire's favorite track. So here we go. They are also science. So science is going to be a tough track. So you take one of the Shadow Empire's little mountain or mountain things here, or tower things. And you put it on science. So it's going to be right off the gate. I know it's going to be tough to get up this track, which is okay because in my plays I like to kind of go for the technology and the exploration. But we'll see how this goes. Is that really? It says roll the science done. Oh, good. Thank you for that call. Appreciate that. And that's why I always have this handy right here. Shout out to Nosra. Yes, it does say roll the science die until you get a track different from the Automa. Well played. Thank you very much. You rolled again, and now he's gonna be military. So his favorite track, Shadow Empires, is military. Appreciate that in the chat. That is super helpful. So glad we caught that early, and I appreciate that. So we have a favorite track over here, science for the Automa, and we have a favorite track of the military for the Shadow Empire. And then you set up the game normal for yourself. I set up my mat here with all my income buildings. I randomly drew this one, and I made sure it's one I have not played yet. And I've played this game, I think 4 or 5 times, but I haven't had this one. I'm going with the Craftsman, this guy right here. The Craftsman, this says the Craftsman want to create a wonder of the world, a massive statue. You may place income buildings as an alternative to your capital city. So I can place them on this particular board here, and I would get those benefits. But I have to start at the lowest column, as you see here, and place some on the bottom row here, and then kind of move my way up the same row. You must place each building on the lowest available space in a column of your choice. You don't need to finish a column before starting another. So I can kind of mix and match with those. So the first row would get me a resource, and then perhaps a card, and then some points and some other things. So we'll conquer that as we get there. So I am the Craftsman, and I also picked the wetlands over here. I probably have to move this somewhere else, but I'll put it right here. Always have enough chairs next to you to put stuff on. I got this, the wetlands. In my experience, these mats they do okay. It all depends on the cards that you get. In my mind, it depends on some of the tapestry cards that you get, as well as some of the buildings, just because of the placement. But all of the locations here have, or all of the capital cities have different layouts. And this one I haven't used yet. And this is the wetlands here. And if you fill up the space, if you're new to Tapestry, you would, over the course of the game, we're taking these little buildings off of our income mat and placing them in the capital city here. And for every filled 3x3, we get a free resource right then and there. But as you see, there are some dots, red dots here. That's where you can't place anything. So you can't place any small buildings there or these big buildings down here. So it kind of little obstacles. There is a tapestry card in this deck here that lets you place buildings on top of these of those circles. And if we get it, we'll talk about it. And unlike the red dots, you can build off of the board. So if I, for some reason, get this fusion reactor, I can put it so it's off the board a little bit, but it's not on the red dots. So you can overlap if you have to. You're just kind of less efficient with your landmarks. That being said, you set up the Automa deck, just like most, if not all, Stonemaier games. You have an Automa deck, and you start out with a 7-card deck, which is called the Decision deck, and then you shuffle the other, I think it's cards 8 to 22, and then you make a Progress deck, and then you take 1 card off of the top of the Progress deck, shuffle it here, so we have 8 cards here. And as I mentioned before, when we decide, we're going to flip over 2 cards, and that will decide what the Automa does, and the Shadow Empire as well. So yeah, I'm going to put the cards down here with this other camera. I know the lighting's a little bit weird. This is my first time in this kind of setup, but I hope you guys can see and hear everything clearly. Let me know if I need to change anything. Happy to do it on the fly. So, for those that have not seen how the a turn in Tapestry works, you have one of 2 things to do. You can either move up a track by spending your resources down here, or you can take your income turn. And the first income turn or the first turn that everyone does, because they have no resources, is take their income turn. And we'll be taking income 5 times. We'll be going through 5 generations here. So you don't do any of that for the Automa. You do actually do it once here, but since you're a human player, you go first. So you go through everything that's uncovered on this map, but also from the top down on this little mat here. And the only thing we do here in round 1, there's a little hand icon, and that's just take your income. So first, you get one of each of these resources. You will get a tile. This guy. Put that right here. You will also get a Tapestry card to start, and I got a trap card. Trap cards are good. I wish I got something else, so I'm hoping to my next move will be to try to get another one of these before I have to take income, because I'd like to at least play a Tapestry card that does something for me besides 10 points. Twitch Prof, what's going on? Thanks for checking in, and welcome to. We're just about to start our solo stream of Tapestry. We're just getting ready for it. Just took the income. I have a trap card, and then you go to the Automa. They're going to take their income as well. And I'm playing level 2, which is average, the average Automa. And what's different about level 1 and 2, I believe in level 1 they don't have a civilization action, but in level 2 they do, but they also get a Tapestry card that you can't see. Twitch Prof, I appreciate that, and I mean, feel free to chime in if I'm honored that you're here. I'm a big fan of it. I played it 3 times. Still a little bit on the exploration and the conquer is kind of where I'm still trying to get down. So if you're still here when I have a question, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But yeah, so took a Tapestry card for the Automa. What that does is if I ever attempt to conquer space within Automa, I discard these cards one by one in order to see if they trap me, and that also gets rid of their cards as well. So I think we're ready for our first turn, and I go first because I'm human and I get to go first. Yay! So like I said, strategy off the bat. I know that because I have the craftsman, I want to put some buildings here instead of here because I get quicker resources down here than I would by filling up a grid. And also, saving some space is great if you got to get some of these bigger buildings here. I've been in a bunch of different situations where I don't have enough room to place a bigger building because I've kind of mucked it up with all of these little buildings. So these craftsmen could work in my favor. But what I also enjoy in this game a lot is technology cards. So my first move is going to be spend a resource to get a technology card. So I'm going to spend this little dude here. You're gonna hear a train go by too. I'm right close to a train track, so we call that a train break. And I take a sip for that. Nailed it. All right, so my first move is to spend a resource to hop up on here on this technology track, and the first stop lets me get a card, and I'm gonna grab. This one gives me a building here. This one lets me move up on the science track, with no problem. Art Board Games, I appreciate that raid. And again, if anyone, oh, and I appreciate the follow as well. I don't have the alerts turned on because I'm still like kind of in like an ad hoc setup, but I do appreciate the heck out of that and very much appreciate it. I think I'm gonna go with this concrete. I'll tell you why. It gets me a building pretty quick if I upgrade it. Here's this concrete. Boom. I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna flip this guy back up. And transistors come out, which give me a resource. That's pretty good. Yeah, so that's my first move. Welcome everybody into. We just literally did turn 1 of Automa for Tapestry, and I appreciate everyone checking it out. So now we're going to be taking the Automa and Shadow Empire's first turn, and we're going to flip over 2 cards. And if you look on the bottom left, I hopefully have it clear enough for you guys to see. But we're going to focus on this middle track here. And at first it's going to say, this is the Automa up here. any track where it hasn't reached the end, which in this case is still all of them. So he's going to move up also on this technology track. He is blue. And I do not believe. Yes, so when he goes to the technology card space, he wipes all these out. So there goes my chance of that building here. I'm gonna make a small discard over here, and then he replaces them. That reminds me of the Wingspan one, where the Automa just takes all the birds that you just want. You almost got, like you were looking at that that Cassin's Finch, and then all of a sudden the Automa's like, nope, those are all my birds, so forget that. Automa takes that spot, and then down here is the shortest. This is the gray kind of second part here. Is the Shadow Empire, and this is the shortest distance to a landmark or the end. They're both they're all equal on these tracks right now, and it will be going up the military first. And the Shadow Empire doesn't take actions. It's just a person bugging you, going up the board, trying to just take spots away from you, because the Automa can take landmarks, and so can the Shadow Empire. That's a quick first turn. We'll keep these here, and then we just continue to flip over top. My next turn, I said I wanted a Tapestry card because I don't like this one, just because I don't like starting out with a trap. I think roll the dot now because I don't want to do that yet. So I'm going to move up the tech track one more time with a mushroom. I'm going to grab a Tapestry card. I grab the Age of Discovery. The Age of Discovery says, when played, I roll a science die. Is that not? Yep, I'm just making sure I can still use this card. All players must advance on the resulting track. Only you gain the benefit, and I can pay to get the bonus. So it's something. It's better than, to me right now, it's better than a trap card to start the game. There is a nice list and a good stack of Tapestry cards that you can't use with the Automa, so I made sure I took those out in advance, just to make sure it's, I'm not like looking back, oh, did I take that out? We did that. I paid my resource, that's that, and now we flip over 2 more cards for the Automa. Thank you, Deck Building Duo, for the follow. Do appreciate it. Now we're doing closest to the finish track here for the Automa, which is the technology track right now. So he's going to go up the technology track, and he'll be taking a Tapestry card from the top of the deck right here. There's a subset of actions with this card that the Automa does. So it's a good thing to have around, so you know like when the Automa can actually take something from you. Whereas again, the Shadow Empire, any track it hasn't reached the finish, which is all of them, and so he's going to move up the exploration track right here. Boom, nailed it. My turn. I got 2 resources left. I might back up and spend. I'll tell you what. You guys are my friends. I mean, we just met, but I thank you for joining. But I do think I'm going to spend a resource retroactively to get this bonus here that I didn't see right there. And I'm going to get one of these yellow buildings because I want to put it on my mat here as a craftsman. You saw nothing. Thank you. I saw nothing. And I'm actually going to put this yellow building back on this yellow one to get me another yellow, a money here on this mat, for 2 reasons. One, I can put it on this board and it's awesome, and I get another resource. 2, I'm 1 step closer to getting another technology card on this particular mat. So yeah, I did that. But it's now back to my turn. It's now back to my official 3rd turn, and I have 2 more tech left. I can still do 1 more turn and kind of and then take my income, which I might, and I might just bank one of those monies. I do like the technology track, but something tells me I should continue to move forward. I'm gonna go up on this exploration track here to grab 2 more tiles, and that's gonna be my move. So far, I have 2 mushrooms and a little dude on these things. It was a big mulligan, but I appreciate it. We're all honest here. Automa's next turn. We got a track that hasn't completed, all of them, and it's also exploration. And it does not. Does it scout? No, it does not scout, because when it explores, it will grab a tile randomly and put it out. So you don't give it tiles when it lands on this. And then also the Automa is the shortest, or the also a track it hasn't finished, and it also says its favorite track. Its favorite track, military. We'll go up in the military again. Doesn't take the action on anything there, so cool beans there. I think I might want to pass. There's a chance that the Automa, with these two cards that are left, there's a chance that they will be able to take their turn. But also, if down here there's an icon that says, or if there's a hand icon on any one of those cards, that means it'll skip its last turn and go to its income. And I'm not good at counting cards, so what I will do is I think I will. Oh no. Yeah, I think I'll go to. I'll do my income now. I'll try that out. I'm gonna take my income turn. I have no. These are kind of during the game abilities, so there's no income turn ability for this. But it does count. It says this grid counts as part of your capital city building related benefits. So I get these benefits per, like, for each building that I have out. So I will still score about these yellow buildings when I get a chance. But there's no abilities otherwise. I will then play a Tapestry card. So I'll play this one here, called Age of Discovery. We talked about before, and it says when played, roll the science die. All players move up on that track. Only I get the bonus, and I can pay for it. And luckily, I have one resource to pay for a bonus. So we'll do that. Roll the science die. Move up the exploration track. This is a good one. So we all move up here. Only I get the benefit, which is good for a couple reasons. One, I can explore right now, which is awesome. Two, the Automa has now one less exploration, which is pretty cool. So I'll do that. I will explore, and I do like this is all pretty good. Like this, nice simple water. I get 1, 2, 3, 4 points for that right off the jump. Because again, we're matching water. If it's your first time, when you place a tile, you have a chance to match land or water tiles. In this case, because you probably can't see it, it's water, 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 and water. So it's 4 points. And I also get this mushroom. I get a little income off of that. I can also pay to get another Tapestry card, which would be pretty good, considering I don't have another one right now. But I'm going to skip that. I'm not going to do that. So I played the Tapestry card here. I then upgrade a science, or I upgrade a tech card here, which I'm upgrading my concrete up here, which gives me another yellow building. And I'm going to put that in the same row. No, I'm not. I do like it. That would have gave me a tech card. I'm gonna put it here to get another mushroom. This bottom piece here. So that's upgraded. And I can't upgrade this again. It says until I get to the second. Someone is on the second of this of the exploration track, the second portion. So that's that. I then do any of these abilities. I score 2 points for every tech card, so that's 2 points. I'm at 6 now. That's everything I can score. Then I take my income. So I get 2 more money. I get a mushroom. I get 1 star and a little dude. And then I get a exploration tile and a Tapestry card. Because I knew, I guess I'm glad in hindsight that I didn't pay to get one, just because I was going to get one for free anyway. And I got industrialism. And it says, this era, whenever you invent a technology card, gain the circle benefit on it. That's got to be good for that's really good. So basically this says, whenever I get one of these cards here, these tech cards, I immediately gain the circle benefit on it. but the card remains in the bottom row. So if I just keep inventing cards, I keep getting those benefits. That's very good. That's cool. I haven't seen that one yet. So I got everything there. How's everyone doing so far? Everyone's still with me on this? That was my first or my second income turn. Now we're going into the what could be the last turn for the Automa. Or it could be their income turn if it's on this one here. Okay, so they're not going to take their income turn. They are going to do this turn, and then they're going to take their income when it comes back to them. So this is closest to the nearest landmark or finish. In this case, for the Automa, there's two. So it's either technology or exploration. So the tiebreaker goes to here. And it goes military, which isn't there. Science, nope. Favorite track is also science. Then it says technology. So move up on technology here. Up there. And then the shortest distance to the end for the Shadow Empire, which again is tied between exploration and technology. So it will go up the exploration track because that's the first on the tiebreaker there. I had to get a move on because they are encroaching on my buildings here. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I spent what's funny about setting this up, and my wife, when she woke up, she's like, "What are you doing?" Because I set this up before I go to work, so I want to make sure it was all right. And then just before I started, I'm like, it would be nice to get a camera for you guys to see these cards better. At least these cards, I can hold these up, no problem. But to help you guys understand the solo, because I really like solo games, I wanted to make sure you guys could see those. So I appreciate that compliment. And I'm always striving to make it look and sound better too. So always open for suggestions. Let's see here. So they did that. They moved up on their tracks. It's now my turn. I want to get a building faster than they do. I'm kind of nervous that they're closer than me right here on this. But I think I might try to explore again. Or, I don't know what. Maybe I'm going to spend a resource to conquer. I'm going to get a building out there. I put a building here on this mushroom, so I'm one step closer to the middle guy here. I'm going to roll these 2 die. Every time you conquer, regardless of if you're trapped or toppled, you still roll these dice, which is a rule that I forgot initially. Like, I thought you only roll them if you get conquered or something, but regardless, when you make a conquer action, you roll these 2 dice. So you roll them, and I can score. This is score for every exploration tile that you have in your hand. Right now, that'd be 3 points, or I get a money bag. I'm gonna go for a money bag. More resources for me it would be good. So that's my conquer action. Good. And now the Automa, because it has no cards left, it's going to take its income turn. So income turns for the Automa are laid out pretty much exactly how yours are. Depending on the level, might have some more actions to it. In this case, the first stop is to evaluate its favorite track. So they're going to evaluate its favorite track to make sure that no one is ahead of them. And if someone is, they move it. In this case, no one's ahead of them on science. No one is ahead of the Shadow Empire on military. So there's no movement. However, say I was up here on the science track and I was ahead of the Automa, I would then look at this tiebreaker here to see where it would move to next. I believe that's the case. Or is it where it's closest to the finish? Would it move to, in this case, technology? I think it goes to where it is the closest to the end. But yeah, nevertheless, it's not moving. So we do that. No one's moving in this round. Then they're going to do their civilization card action, which in this case, the scientists don't do anything until their 3rd income turn. So nothing happens now. This was their 2nd. Then you score everything. So you look at this grid here, and you get, it's 1 point for every landmark and conquered tile. So it's getting 1 point because it only has 1 conquered. It's getting no points for science track or military track, but it's going to get 1 point for each spot that they are on technology and exploration. So they get 2 points, 3, 4, 5 more points. Also 6. So that's this part here. Did that, and now we're going to give it 2 more cards from the progress deck here. So this deck right here, 2 more cards go on top of it. Doesn't matter what order, because I'm going to shuffle those later. And then I take a Tapestry card from the top of the deck. Pretty sure that's what that symbol means. That symbol is, nope, that symbol's place. Place a card from the Tapestry deck face down on this space, and then gain another one to its hand, to its pile here. And then I shuffle the deck. So that's its income turn. While it might seem intimidating, and I haven't played the Euphoria Automa, and I hear it's similar in that you have the 2 cards that you flip over. I do enjoy its simplicity, and you're basically. And I heard an interview on the One Stop Co-op Shop where they had mentioned that you're trying to invent a solo system where you can still focus on your game, but still have a competition that you're not playing the other player's game. You're just kind of walking them through the steps, and that helped me understand this a little bit more. Is you're playing your own game, but also you're just moving a couple cubes up the board and some minimal rules. It helps make it a great solo experience. So that's what I appreciate about this. And so here we are. I am going to my next turn. I got a bunch of stuff going on here. I'm going to move up the exploration track here with hopes that the Shadow Empire doesn't do the same. And I'm going to. I want to explore, or do I want to place a building? I'm going to place a building. I'm going to place another one of these guys here, and I'm going to place it on this technology card to get one of these technology cards. I like this printing press. This printing press will give me, when I upgrade it, it'll give me a Tapestry card. Then if it's upgraded to the top, I get to play a Tapestry card over a Tapestry card. So basically have a chance to play 2 cool cards. So I put that there. I'll flip this guy. And again, the reason why I did that was I have the Craftsman, which allow me to place buildings on this mat as opposed to this city, which I enjoy the bigger benefits. Where it's going to hinder me is the row and column bonus that I would normally get for filling this board up with those little buildings. But we'll see how that affects me once I get to it. So I did that move. I got the building. I grabbed the wrong building too, didn't I? Yes, I did. It's supposed to be this building here. Regardless, I'm still going to take that action, but I picked this building instead of this building, so we're back. So that's my turn there. It's the Automa's first turn of its 2nd era. And here we go. Oops, so you guys can see that. So it's going to move up. The Automa will move its closest to the a building or the finish. In this case, there's 2 buildings it's closest to. So it's going to move up the technology track first because its favorite track is still kind of a dud here. So it's moving the technology track. It's going to get this forge in its mat here, and it'll score points based off of landmarks here. So it's the graveyard of buildings here. And then the Shadow Empire move up the science track. It does not do anything there. I'll check this out real quick. Got ahead of myself. So it did go here, so it does this action. And the action for the Automa, when it gets a tech card, take all these guys out and flip these guys over. We have clocks, we have ammonia, we also have zeppelins. And again, the Automa doesn't do the Shadow Empire doesn't do any actual actions there. So that's their turn there. And then here's a symbol I was talking about. If the last pair of cards you flip over has the handout like that, that means it's not going to do that turn. It's going to take its income turn. So it's kind of a way to kind of gamble to see if they're going to take their income turn before or after you. Also forgot to mention, now that it's my turn, I'll retroactively do this. Because I was the first to place my Tapestry card here, I get to get a extra resource. Let's do another money bags, or I'm gonna do another mushroom. But if you're the first person, even in a human, you know, with other friends, if you were to place your income first, your Tapestry card first, you would get benefits for doing so. So I did that. We're back to me though. I'm gonna come here. I spend a mushroom in any resource. So I'm gonna do a mushroom money. Get a tile and explore. Get this tile. I also get this lighthouse here for my mat, which is a 4x, or it's a 2x2. A good spot for it here. I'll put there. Nice fun little game. Yeah, I'll put that there. You know what? I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, I'll put that there. And then I will get to explore. I'm digging the mushrooms. I'm kind of moving my way up this mushroom track. I'm gonna put this mushroom here. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 points for doing that. I'm at 10 points. That's my move there. And that's it. That's my move. Got the building, did that. Automa's turn. So wherever it hasn't reached the end for the Automa, and it's all of them are good to go. But it's going to go to science. So it's going to do that action. It's going to roll the science die, and it'll move up that track, just like you would. And it's going to go up the exploration track. I realized I moved mine up twice before, so that should be here. This would be here now after doing that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that would do that would have made anything different. But he moved up. He's not going to take this action here to explore. Something is telling me when I watch this back, he should have been here and would have actually explored, but nevertheless. I'm not a big enough streamer where you'd have like subtitles saying, "Oh, he wouldn't do it." But regardless, he moved there, and then the Shadow Empire closest to a building, and it closest to an unclaimed building, or the finish. And in this case, it would be that. So you move up 1 here on the military track. Cool. Now it's back to my turn. Plenty of resources, stuff to do. I'm going to stop moving up on this track for a second, and I'm going to hang out here until the next income phase, because I have that industrialism, which would be pretty awesome. I'm going to move up here, military. I'm going to grab a Tapestry card, just see what I get. And I get the Pillage and Plunder. This era, whenever you conquer an opponent's territory, gain the results of both conquer dice. Okay, so that's not that bad. I don't think I'll be doing much conquering in this one, but it's a good card to have. I haven't really done much conquering, and it's super light conquering, very light conflict in this, by way of conquering, but I just don't get into it. That's good. But I'm going to pay 1 resource to get to put out this red building here. I'm going to put this red building out. And I'm going to actually, do I want another Tapestry card, or do I want to upgrade something? I'm going to get another resource here. So I get that resource there for doing that. What do you think about the graphic design on the Automa cards? I dig them. I it's super once it's kind of like any of the Automas you guys have done. It takes a couple of sessions to understand what's happening, but I definitely I like it. I like it a lot because it's pretty much it explains what you want. The checkered flag means the end. If there's a building there, it means closest to a landmark or the end. Where it hasn't finished, it's kind of an open square. It's and then especially when it comes to or exploring the tiles, or the tile markers here are a great guide to show you which way they would explore. So it's interesting. I haven't dealt with the Conquer one yet. I might this round or this game, so we'll check it out. Oh, I bet. I'd love to see, and I wonder if Jamie ended up adding any of those to his design diaries because I stopped reading them just because I didn't want to spoil a lot in anticipation for this game. But I bet I went through a lot. So that was my turn. Got a tapestry card, did this building, and I'm going to do the Atoma's turn now. So they're going up any unfinished track, which is all, and then it's gonna prioritize the science track, and it's gonna grab a tapestry card to the top of its deck. The Shadow Empire is going to move up on the exploration track. That building's already taken, and so as you just saw how quick that turn was, and how like once you understand what these symbols do, I don't you don't have to rush through the game, but it's just that was a simple turn right there. It didn't really, as long as you make sure you do the actions for the Automa and everything like that, everything it kind of explains itself and it kind of runs itself, which is very good. So it is now my turn. I might try to get up. I'm gonna spend a resource to go up here, and I am going to conquer. Two reasons. One, I get 10 points for coming here first. Cue the applause button. I gotta get some sound effects in here. I get the bonus for conquering there, and then I get to roll these boys. Roll them bones here. I either get 4 points or a military. I'm gonna get this military because I'm hoping to get this before he does. But I have a feeling he's gonna take it. We'll find out next. And you just need an extra military to enter this track here. So there's a building here that I want. I'm hoping it doesn't take it from me. Yep, I think it's going to. But just by the looks of that card, I think he is. Yep, he's gonna take that. Now, that's fine. So closest to the end for the Automa is this one. So he's gonna go up here, and he doesn't score for those or do anything here, so no action there. Unfortunately, the Shadow Empire is going to move up to on this track, which gets him this building here. Unfortunately, but it doesn't go on. Maybe you can help me answer this. Do the landmarks that the Shadow Empire take? Do they go on the mat? I haven't been putting them on there, but do the landmarks that the Shadow Empire get go on the Automa's mat? I haven't been doing it, but I'm glad you're here to answer that question for me. So that happened. I can't get that building, which is a bummer, but whatever. Life goes on. It's now my turn again. I could still go there. My motivation's not too good to go there right now. I will build. I gotta get more of these buildings out, so I'm gonna go up on science. I gotta spend a resource to go up on science. I'm gonna roll the science die and hopefully move up somewhere else. I could move up military, which I will. That's actually a good move. I can't get the building. The benefit of this would just be the tiles I have out, or that tile I have in my hand, and another resource. But I think it's worth it. We'll take that. 2 more cards to the Automa. So we will see. They take their income turn. They will not. So I will I will probably take my income turn next, knowing they will next as well. So you might be thinking that's kind of like cheating, like, oh, you know they're not going to take their income turn until next. Well, in a two, three, four, 5 person game, you can see if one of your friends has no income, if they spent all their money. This is essentially them spending their last dime here. They're saying, oh nope, we're just going to spend it all, and then next time you know that they're going to take their income turn there. If either bot gains a landmark, thank you for that. So that landmark's going to go right there. So whenever the Shadow Empire gains a landmark, it also goes on the landmark mat here for the Automa. The Automa will move up on this track here, which is the exploration track, and the Shadow Empire will move up on its favorite track, being the military. Very good. I'm going to take my income turn now. Page 3, appreciate it. Page 3 of the very small but very concise, detailed instruction manual. I'm going to take my income turn because I want to get these 2 resources. So I will do my civilization, which again there's nothing because it happens as the game progresses. I get to play a tapestry card. I'm going to do industrialism, and again, this era, whenever I invent a technology card, I get the 0 benefit, but I keep it at the bottom row for now. So basically, you can get something twice. So I put that here. And because I'm first to cover up these 2, I'm going to get 2 resources. I'm going to grab a money and a mushroom for doing that. I get to upgrade something. I could do this for 2 points, or I could do this for another tapestry card, which I will do that. It's another trap card. Oh boy. Which is fine. I'm glad I got rid of that then. So I did that. I also get 2 points for every technology card, which is 2 points. Or 4 points. I have no rows or columns completed, or anything like that. I do now get the income. So I get 2 money, 2 mushrooms, 2 stars, 1 little dude. I get 1 more of these tiles. I appreciate it. Thanks for enjoying it, and I'm glad people are showing up, because otherwise, I mean, I play solo games a ton, so me talking to myself is normal. But I appreciate some people watching. I do appreciate that. I got the tile. I should have shuffled these. I have 3 of these little dudes, 3 of the science tile, or the science resource guys, and then I get another tapestry card. Let's hope it's on a track. Exploration. So this era, whenever I place a tile on the board, I can gain double the benefit on the tile, and if I don't, I get to gain. If you do, don't gain the points. Got it. Whenever you place a, yeah, okay, we'll get to that when we get there. But I got exploration, and that's my income. So we know that they have to take their income now too, the Automa. So the Automa will do this. It evaluates its tracks. They're both higher on their respective tracks, so they stay the same. The Automa is higher than anybody on the science track, and the Shadow Empire is higher than me on the military track, so it gets that. It stays the same. Then we do the civilization. So now that we're in our 3rd income, because we have the scientists, it tells us to roll the science die and move the Automa up that track, and take the benefit too. So he moves up to here. Well, this spot right here, if you can't see it, also lets him now roll the science die again to move up, but don't gain the benefit. So he'll roll up this again. I was hoping it wouldn't be that, but it is. He gets to go here. He doesn't get the benefit, but because he's the first to get to this landmark, the landmark's now his, which he'll then score this round and next round. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's just how that rolls. Sometimes, sometimes it's a roll of the die, you know what I mean? We did that. We then get to count his points. So he gets 2 points for every landmark, every conquered tile. He gets 2, 4, 6, 8 points here. He's up to 14 now. So right there with me. Not for long, he'll go past me. Then he will get 1 point for every spot on the military and science. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4 more points. He has nothing on military. He will then get 1 point for each technology, space, and exploration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more points for him. At 28. That was a big income turn for him. He then gets 2 more cards. Top of the deck here. And then he gets a card from the top, placed down on this. So if the Automa took his income turn first, he would have gotten 3 points, but because I did, I get the resources. And then he just takes an another Tapestry card to his hand. That's that. Then these get shuffled up. Also, big fan of the insert because it holds sleeved cards. I know we're a ways away from an expansion. I'm sure there's people asking, where's the expansion? But listen, as long as it can hold sleeve cards now, it's golden for me. I like it. But yeah, so that's that round for them. And now I get to go, now it's my turn. And I am, usually in my past plays, I'm gung-ho on these buildings. And for some reason, I just can't get it. Can't get the buildings. But it's fine. I'm focusing on tech cards now because here's why. I will move up on this track here, spend a resource, spend a mushroom. Here. I'm going to get a tech card because during my industrial era, I can get the benefit of this circle now. And I'm going to do, what's this guy get me? He got 4 points. See, someone up on the second stage of that. I don't want to play another Tapestry card just yet. Check this out. Watch this move. And this looks pretty good. So I'm going to take this guy here. And I'm going to invent him down here. I get this. I get a building. I'm going to place this building on this space on my map, which lets me upgrade a building or upgrade another card. I'm going to upgrade this card to get the circle benefit, another building. And this building is actually going to go on my mat, I believe. I'm going to put this building here on my mat. That was a very cool combo. And that happens so often in this game where this genius idea just shows up. So, recap, I was able to take this technology card to get its benefit, but having it on the bottom. So I got its benefit, but then I had this craftsman bonus to let me upgrade it again. I got the bonus twice. So I just put out 2 buildings. No big deal. Pretty awesome. So I did that. I get to replace this card. We'll do that there. And I'm hoping to at least get this filled in to get a resource would be nice. I'll probably kick myself for just leaving this guy hang out, but there's still a chance I can complete some stuff. Some stuff there. So that's my turn. And I will, it's almost turn now. Cards are shuffled. Almost ready to roll. The Automa will move up. Any track hasn't finished, which is all of them. But he gets the priority is this guy here. So he's not going to do any of this action here because he doesn't get buildings like that. So that's it for him. The Shadow Empire. The Shadow Empire will move up on the military track. Doesn't do anything with it though. Good. I believe it is time. Get closer to a building would be nice. We need 2 more here. I don't want another Tapestry card right now. I don't think. Not right yet. I'm gonna go up the military track. Spend a military and a money. and I'm going to do a conquer action and a red building. So I'll do the conquer action first. I'll go here. I'm gonna roll these dice. So I either get 4 points or this resource. I'm always a sucker for the resource. I think that's why I continue to do terribly, but I like the resource option, so I do that. Then I get a red building, so do that. Which will, I'm gonna put on my map again. And then, no, not, I'm gonna put it right here. Nope, I'm gonna get a Tapestry card instead. Put it on my mat right here. Tapestry card, need it. It's another trap, oh my god. It is a literal trap. That's crazy. Alright, so I did that, and now it's the Automa's turn. Flip it and rip it here. The Automa will move up the science track, and it will roll the dice, and it's going to move up here and explore. So this is the first time you get to see an explore action, because it hasn't, it's missed all of these. So when the Automa, well, first of all, it's going to get the train station, which is this, son of a. But it's going to now explore, and the exploration is something I just got to look up, because the Automa's favorite track is not military. So only the hexes furthest away from me are valid. So from territories I conquer. So right now, I can only technically explore in these 3 places because this is still close. These, in other words, these 2 are the farthest away from something I control. So only these 2 are valid. This one, and this one. And how that tiebreaker is broken is by this card here. The tiebreaker is right here, and it's having you go this way. Kind of see it. It kind of tells you to go 1 row, 2 row, 3 row. So we're gonna go 1, 2. Hits this one first. Didn't hit that one first, so it's gonna explore here. You take a random tile. It doesn't matter the orientation. It doesn't get points, but it is now explored there. That's the exploration. Now the Shadow Empire move up the exploration track as well. Damn. Big turns for the Automas this time. So now it's back to me. I believe in an attempt to get that tank building, I just want a building. I don't know why though. I don't know what my motivation is behind that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend a star and a mushroom to conquer and gain a Tapestry card. So I'm gonna conquer again. I'm gonna conquer here. I'm gonna roll these dice. That was one of them. And anything. So there's nothing there on the one I put down, so I'm forced to get the points for things like conquer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Not bad. Better than nothing. And then I also get to take a Tapestry card. Academia. Another invention. Whenever I invent a technology card or gain a Tapestry card, I also get 3 points. Bam. I guess I could have done that. Next time I'll do this. I keep forgetting I have a camera there. So that's my move there. Paid the stuff, did the things, and now we're gonna do Automa. Automa's gonna move up its favorite track, which is science. Guess what? It's gonna roll a die again. It's gonna move up technology. It doesn't do anything. And these Shadow Empires move up the science. Let's move up here. This is scaring me here for this guy here. I'm here. That's scaring me again. He's getting close to buildings. It's my turn, and I'm gonna move up here. The building's already gone, but I can still get some cards, and it's good for my industrial era. I'm gonna spend a bank and a little dude, and I'm gonna move up there. I get to either, I can if I want, destroy these and get rid of them, But I think I'm going to take this guy here. Or, is that the right move? Yeah, I'm going to take this one. And it's going to give me 5 points. So, because I have the Industrial Era, I can get this bonus immediately. I get 5 points. And I'm going to take these, discard them, and draw 3 new. We have the calendar, we have time travel, and a compass. Either of these would be good for me right in this era. So that's that for me, and it's now time for the Automa turn. The Automa is taking the building. I was trying to go for it, but it was too close. So, and I missed the opportunity to grab that tank building, which I wanted to before, but we'll skip that for now. He's gonna move up the technology track, which gets him this building here. It's getting full over here. He's also gonna take, replacing all these cards with new ones. And the Shadow Empire is moving up the exploration track. Oh no, it's the shortest distance, sorry. Shortest distance to a landmark or the finish. In this case, it's going to be this. You get the tanks, which is this tank factory here. Look at this, it's getting filled up here. That's literally what these guys do, is just take all the landmarks from you and just crush dreams. It's crushing dreams. They'll eventually score 3 points per those towards the end, so that's happening for sure. Well, that's something. I will I think get some of these gray buildings out. Only way to do that is come up here. So I'm gonna move up here. I'll spend a resource. I'll do a mushroom. Get a Tapestry card. Capitalism. When I gain income, gain 2 points per money bag earned. Whenever you gain a yellow building, also gain a money bag. That's pretty good. I'm also going to spend a resource. I'll do a money bag to put out a gray building. I'll put it here so I can get a star. There. Perfect. And that's gonna be my turn. Yeah. So now I'm gonna get closer to here. And then that's good because I just want to get like at least one of these gray buildings out so I can have another one of those resources. Automa's turn. They have 2 more cards after this. You guys can see this. Closest to a landmark or the finish for the Automa, it is this. And it's gonna be this landmark. It's gonna be this guy right here. He's taking the academy from me. Look at that. It's getting crowded. Getting crowded here. This looks like a blob of buildings here. Of pretty buildings. I guess I'm glad I took capitalism because these guys took all my buildings. Which makes me think like I'll no longer focus on this board. I'll just start at least filling this up to get those points. That's what I'm going to be doing. And just forget about landmarks that way. So he does that. He doesn't do this action. And then the shortest to the end for the Shadow Empire is going to be the military track, I believe. Yes, it'll be this track here. Very good. So now I've switched focus from getting big buildings to getting small buildings to fill this up, just to get some sweet points. I will move up here. Let's pay a tech, a mushroom, to get one of these buildings, and it's gonna be this other gray one. Nah, I don't know about that. Let's see. I'll do this money again. Oh, no, I can't put that one out. It's either the brown, the gray, or the red building. go out. I'll do the red building. Put it here. This will let me now roll the science dice to move up on that track and do that action for free. Military. We get to go up here and conquer again. I'm not conquering anybody's space, so I don't get that bonus. So it's basically saying if I conquer a territory that has and I topple them, I get to the benefits of both these dice. But I don't. So I'm gonna go here and roll both these dice. They either get a money or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. I'm a sucker for money. So I'm gonna do money. The crowd goes crazy because that's a bad decision. Nevertheless, that's what we're gonna do. I will also, since we're still back here, I'll pay that money to upgrade a card. And I will upgrade this card here for 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Hopefully everyone's following along so far. I know it's going a little quick, but I hope you guys are following along all right. This could be the last turn before income, or it could be their income turn. We'll find out right now. Okay, they're not gonna take their income turn, so this is their last turn. Then they get income. So it's pushing me in the direction where I might want to take my income turn next. They're going to the closest to the end or the nearest unclaimed landmark, which they tie at in 3 spots. They tie here, here, and here. They're at the same spot on those tracks. So they got a tiebreaker is the exploration. They're going up here. Nothing they can do with that action, so good stuff. Then the Shadow Empire is going to move up its favorite track if it hasn't reached the end. And it hasn't. Yeah. Stuff. The benefit for me to take this income turn now is 3 resources, so I think I'm going to do that. Maybe I won't, because I want to. If I can get the ability of something else right now, that would be great. If I still want to use this era's in one more time, and here's why. So I'm going to pay a money and anything. I'll do a military and a money to score my red buildings, and that means I get 1, 2, 3 points. 1, 2, 3 points, and I get a yellow building, which I will put here. Get 15 points, which gets me to 47. I will then spend this mushroom here to invent a card, and I could invent one blind, or I kind of have nothing to lose. Here's why. I might take this, as it will allow me to roll this dice and not get the benefit. But the only one I don't want it to land on is science, but I don't have to take it, so I'll do that. I'll still take it though. When you roll a science die that has an X under it, it means you don't have to take that. You don't have to move up that track if you don't want to. So I will do that. My industrialism will let me do this roll. So I will. It's good to have me move up science, but I'm not going to take that because I don't want to. I don't want to move up science because I want to at least get this building out here. That's good. So that's it. The Automa will now take its turn, its income turn. So it is its 4th income turn here. So it will look at its favorite track. It is ahead on. They're both ahead on their favorite tracks, so they're good. They're not going to move up. They're not going to switch spots. He's going to roll a science die. It's going to move up the science track, and it's not going to get anything there because it doesn't do anything with the buildings. Then we will do. We're on the 4th. We're on 1, 2, 3. We got one on the 4th. So we will do the scoring. So we're going to do every landmark it has and conquer it, it's going to get 2 points. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 points. It's a 2, 44. Going to get 1 point for every spot in the military and the science. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points there. 52. And then 2 points per spot in the tech and exploration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times 2 is 30 points over here. 82. And then it gets 4 extra points because it took its first income. It took its income turn before me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 86 to 47 so far. And then it goes, grabs 2 more of these cards around top. And then it will take one from the top here to cover this guy. And then it will take one for its own deck here. And then these get shuffled. Part of the reason why I did the stream tonight was I'm teaching 3 more friends tomorrow this game. And I mean, a good thing about a solo game, regardless of if you're into solos or not, it helps you learn the game and helps you teach it better. Because you'll find scenarios that you might not find on your first play that you can explain in advance. My friends kind of enjoy me taking the brunt of the work of the teach, just because I play solo a lot. So playing this solo is almost it's exactly like playing the game. It's has its challenges, and then it just makes the teach even easier. It's my turn though, and I could move up. Well, I can't do anything with my resources at this point, so I take my income turn now. So I don't do anything with my civilization. I play a tapestry card, so I can do exploration. Whenever I place a tile on the board, I gain double the benefit, which would be good. Or whenever I invent something, I get 3 points. That's a tough call. But also, when I gain income, gain 2 points per money earned. But I only have 2 more money spots here, which would be that. So that won't be good. I'm gonna go for this exploration, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this exploration. So what it says here, I'll write down there for you. Whenever you place a tile on the board, you may gain double the benefit on the tile. If I do, I don't get the points. So what does that mean with the points? Oh, okay. Yeah. So it means whenever I place the tile, I don't get the points for that tile. That's fine. I'll try it. Put that there. Then I get to upgrade something. So I will upgrade. Let's see. Maybe I'll upgrade this one here. I won't get the building yet. I'll be able to upgrade that here. So upgrade that. I'll get to roll a science die and move somewhere. Move up tech if I want. I believe not because that will let me invent 2 things, but I'm not gonna move up on that track. And then I get to do 2 points for each tech card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 10 points. 57. I have no rows or columns. I get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get points for every conquer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it for points scoring. Now I get my income. So I get 3 money. 1, 2, 3. 2 dudes. 1, 2. I get 3 mushrooms. 1, 2, 3. I get 3 stars. 1, 2, 3. I get a exploration tile, as well as a tapestry card right here. Dystopia. This is I won't be able to play these unless I upgrade this card, to which I might. But this Dystopia card, when played, gain any landmark from the landmark board, place it in your capital city. So if I kind of run out of options with this exploration one here, I can always upgrade this card to then, boom, place that right over top. Cool. Income has been taken. Now the Automa's turn. We're both now entering the final phase here. After this is the final income turn, and then that's the game. Let's get right to it. Flip over the two cards, and we're talking about the shortest distance. Or no, this is just wherever it hasn't finished, which is everywhere for the Automa. And it's gonna go up in the military for the first time. And we're gonna deal with its first conquer action now. So we look at the conquer rules. Can't conquer a territory I control, so I don't worry about that. It can't get the middle island because it's not closer to that. I'm gonna use the hex. Use the hex tiebreaker, I believe. If you control any territories of single token on them, nope, we're good. So it's just gonna conquer something that's next to using the tiebreaker here, and it's gonna go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's correct. If you don't control the territory, use the hex tiebreaker. Boom. If the Automa is conquering, oh, I can't. It's trying to conquer, so it'd be this guy first, right here. It will conquer here. Bam. It has conquered, and now. Hey, thanks so much. I do appreciate that. I'll shoot you a message later with some comments and some thanks. So yeah, definitely. I'm up at 5 as well. So thanks again for joining, and hopefully you'll see you again soon in another stream. So yeah, we'll continue here on this last, and he conquered that. The Shadow Empire will move up the exploration track right here. Livers, your name looks familiar. Are you a Brothers Murph fan by chance? That's the turn for them, and now it's my turn. I get to do some stuff. Let me do things. I'm gonna do. Nice. I definitely have heard your name on the Brothers Murph channel for sure. I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna spend a money and 2 resources. Probably this mushroom and this little guy. Go here. I'm gonna invent 2 things. I'm gonna invent a blind. I'll invent this comm tower here. Then I could replace them all, or I'm not gonna. Add the neutral to the conquer. Yeah, was there a topple? There's good. Thank you. There was a topple. Because this symbol was here. If this symbol is on the tiebreaker card and the conquered terrain isn't the middle island, place one of the Shadow Empire's outposts on the toppled territory. Thank you for that rule check. So basically that means I can never conquer this because there's now 2. It's a fully conquered territory. In this game, you can't enter a space where there's 2 buildings, so I can't go there. So I appreciate that rule check. So I put those 2 things here. I cleared those out. Now it's time for the Automa's next turn. So I was going to do shortest path to, or wherever it hasn't finished yet, which is all the tracks. It hasn't finished a track yet. It's going to go up its favorite track next. And it does that. So when you get to this space, it has you roll the dice until you get one of those tracks, and then you move up that track and do that track's action. In this case, we're looking for military, tech, or exploration. Military. It moves up that, and it gets a tapestry card to its deck right here. Now it is the Shadow Empire's turn, and closest to an unclaimed landmark. I see where it is, which is this one. Is the closest it is to an unclaimed landmark, so it gets this guy here. Look at that. Boom. Takes it. Bam. With that, with no space for it. They have so many landmarks now. So they did that. Perfect. Good for them. It's great for them. I'd like to move up the track here, so I'm gonna go here, roll the die, and I'm hoping. No, I'm gonna place a building instead. I'm gonna pay a resource. It's military. I'm gonna put this building here on my map for 10 points. I get to go to 77. It sucks because I want to get up here to start exploring, but that always helped with this exploration. But I'm not getting there, not yet. So that's my move there, and that's the bottom line. Here we go. Toma's turn. We have the shortest distance to an unclaimed landmark or the end. So it's going to be this track here because it's the shortest distance to a landmark. And guess what? It's another landmark. I think it's this one. Yep. Getting crowded up in here. He takes that. And does he get that? Does he do that? He also does this action as well, which is roll the science die until I get the sword or the military or the technology track, and then regress. Military or tech. That's what we're looking for. He's going back on tech, which is good for me. He doesn't get any bonuses here. That's good. Good for that. Now the Shadow Empire is going to move up the military track. Again, getting closer to the end of his favorite track. Again! Alright. My turn to do something here. I can always come up here to at least get a little taste of the building up here. I don't think I'll be able to with the resources I have. Let's see. But now's a good chance. Now's a good chance to do something here. Just for spite, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to spend a money in two things. I'm up here. I'm going to spend a money, and a mushroom, and a military. Go here to get this income building here. And I will let's see. I might start going over here now. Riveting stuff. I know. I will do this. And then I'm going to. I score those, so I get 1, 2, 3, 4 points. 4 points. I'm then going to spend another resource to upgrade one of my cards. And I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade something. I had it in my mind. Oh, yes. Indubitably, I'm going to upgrade this Tapestry card to the top, which will let me play a Tapestry card. I'm going to play this Dystopia card on top of my exploration, and that lets me gain any landmark from the landmark board and place it in your capital city. Well, I'm going to say I'm taking the spaceship because spaceships are cool. This one's mine. I'm going to put it right here because why not? Put it right there on my board. I got a spaceship, and I didn't even have to go to space to get it. because you have to use that to go to space. Anyway, listen, that's what I did there. I upgraded that to do a thing, and now it's the Automa's turn. I can let you take all the landmarks. I want to have some fun. I want to have some fun on that landmark board. The alt tracks for the Automa hasn't reached the end. It is the they have not reached the end of any of them, but military is going to be the track, and they're going to perform another conquer action. They can't get anywhere else but these two. The only two that these three they can conquer. So we're going to do the tiebreaker is here. So you're going, looks like it's up from here. It's going to conquer this guy and topple. Conquer and topple. So we did that. Oh, my guy fell. Should not have fallen. And then the Shadow Empire, closest to the end. And guess what? He's reached the end of the military track. And that's that. So, my turn. I have some options. I got stuff I can do. I can go up here, score some stuff. Could move up here, and I have to look at what that means again. This space. This is the best. Having two of these reference sheets is awesome. Oh, is that right? So the Atoma's conquer action is divided into two different procedures. Conquer and conquer anywhere, it's fine. If the Atoma can legally conquer a territory you control, nope, so I'm going to go to conquer neutral. All hexes that can legally be conquered or explored by the Automa are valid. Thank you for that. Hexes adjacent to territories you control are valid if there's a topple on its tiebreaker card. Okay, so it could do this. It could do this guy. There are no valid. There's valid hex. Yep. So tiebreaker: if the Automa can still legally gain Middle Island achievement, only the valid hexes closest to Middle Island remain valid. You control the territories that have a single token on them. No. If you do not control a territory, I'm guessing. Are we looking at? It's still a tiebreaker, right? Or is it closest to, because you can get to the so it's going to be this one then, right? Put a tile out and put it closer to here, which would mean I won't go back on it, but he would have conquered here then. So he's gonna conquer here now with a tile and a topple as well. So he'll go here. Because the last time I did it, I forgot to. That could have been valid because you can still get that achievement there. So that's a good call. We'll do that. Thanks for catching that too, because the conquer is the thing that I'm still kind of like still wavering on, but the rules are there. I just have to kind of study them a little more. I like the sheet too because I'm looking at this guy right here to get some electronics. And the electronics, in any order, I can upgrade one tech card and then gain the circle benefit of one tech card in your middle row. I might do that. Yeah. I'll do that. I'm gonna spend a money bags. I'm gonna spend a star. I'm gonna spend a mushroom to upgrade a card first. So I'm gonna upgrade the. I will upgrade a card here. We'll get this bank for the stock market. Will be mine as well. This is a 4-pointer. I've completed a There's a 9x9 right here I've completed. So I will get a resource. I'm going to get another money. And then I would get to get a benefit from the middle row. I believe it says gain the circle benefit of one card in your middle row. So I will do this one and put it here, and this will also get me another resource because I completed a 9x9 or 3x3 here. So I will do another money. I need at least 2 more to get in here. I'll do that. And then that's that move. That's a good one. Cool. So you upgrade a card and then do a circle. Got it. Now we're doing Automa. They're doing closest to the finish for the Automa, which is going to be Science. And it's going to do this action twice. Heck. I'm going to destroy this. And then one more time. Tech. It's not going to do anything, but it's now catching back up to me. And then the shortest distance to the track where it hasn't finished is these 3 for the Shadow Empire. And it's going to be its favorite track, which is finished, or Exploration, which is now here. Good. So now it's back to me. I want to hop up in here, do 2 of these, spends my money, and I get this building here. Nice, which is a 3x3, or it's a 2x3. I will put it somewhere beneficial. I just know I will. I'm gonna put it here. It's gonna be off the board, but it gets me 1 row complete, which is worth 2 points, whatever. It's fine with me. And I get to score the locations of me. Oh, it's not that great, but I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, because what it did was it let me score the positions that I'm at on the Science and on the military track. I did that. That's it. I only have 2 more resources left before I go into the my final income. That's kind of sad, but here we are. I'll be able to make something happen. I don't think so though. The tracker hasn't completed, so all of them for the Automa, it has not reached the end. So we'll go to the tech track. It doesn't do this action. That's that. Same for the Shadow Empire. So the Shadow Empire will move up military, but it's finished. Then Science. Can I make something happen? I don't think I can. Yes, I can. I can do one more thing to round out this game. I only have a star and a little dude here, so I could go up here. And that's the only thing I can do. So that's what I'm going to do. Spend these last 3 resources to move up here. I don't get that building because it's long gone. I get a Tapestry card, and I get to score my tech cards. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Not bad. Inching up towards a hundo. It's a low scoring game today. And that's it. So the next time will be my income turn. And this could be his income turn as well. Let's see. Nope. So it's going to do 1 more turn. It's going to just keep destroying me. The tracker hasn't reached the end. So all of them are valid for the Automa. And it's going to go up Science first. So it has reached the end. And it does all of this too. So now this last track here, this last spot, is going to roll the Science die 4 times, move up those tracks, but don't take the benefit. Tech. Military. Tech. Military. Wow. Okay. I did that for him. Um, and that's that. So, excuse me. Now the Shadow Empire is closest to a landmark or the end, which is going to be probably this guy. That's closest to the most. That's unclaimed or the end, so it's going to be this track here. Automa is second to reach the end achievement. You are very correct. Thank you for that. So it's going to get this achievement right here. Does it also get this topple two opponents achievement, or is this is topple neutral, right? Does it only get the topple achievement if it topples me twice? I think it's second. Thank you for chiming on that one. That's a good one. So that's it for their movement. They're gonna take their income turn next, but I'm gonna take my income turn now. My final income turn of the game. So nothing can be done here because this has all happened during the game. I don't play a Tapestry card on my 5th turn. I do get to upgrade something one more time. So potentially 5 points could be good. 5 points here as well. I'll do 5 points because that's the highest I can get, I believe. I should have looked at this one more. That was a good one to upgrade. But I will upgrade this guy here for 5 points. 5, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I do all the scoring stuff. So I get 3 points per tech card. In this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I get 21 points on top of that. So that's 24. Then I get 4 points for this guy right here. I also get 10 points for this guy right here. That's 38. 1 point for each conquer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. That's 44. And I get 2 points for every row or completed column. So I have 1 column completed, or 1 row completed here. That's two more points. 2. And I do believe that is my final score. My final score is 146. I'm about to be crushed. Don't leave just yet, because they're going to take their income turn now and completely obliterate me. Nevertheless, let's get to it. So their income turn is now. They evaluate their favorite tracks, and they both are at the end of their own. So they're going to change their favorite track, but I don't know if that matters though. It's weird to me that so here they evaluate their favorite tracks even in the 5th round, and then they would they would change their favorite. But I'll do it anyway. So they've both reached the end of their favorites. Now they're going to move to where they're more advanced towards the end. This one will go here, and this one will go to here. Nope, here. Evaluate its favorites. It's going to do the science die for the final time. It's going to move up the tech to reach the end of that track. It doesn't do that. Yeah, singularity. Now we're going to do the scoring. And I believe the scoring goes suchly. It is 3 points for every building and conquered territory. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 36 points. We're to go 10, 20, 30, 6. It'll do 2 points for every spot on the military track, and 2 points for every spot on the science track. So it's going to be 24. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 34 more points. So it's going to go to 56. Already passed me. See ya. And then it's going to do 3 points for every tech and 3 points for every exploration. So it's going to go 36 because it's all the way up the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 36 plus 24. That sounds like 60 to me. Let's go. So we're gonna do. We'll do 50. That's gonna go 50 and 60. And that is the game right there. So the score for this game was Automa 216 and me 146. And that's how you play the Automa of Tapestry. So a quick summary of the game. I do like the Craftsman. The Craftsman did help a bunch in getting some quick points. It didn't help so much on the mat. Hey, thanks, Nasrano. The Automa card camera were a bit sharp. Yes, and that's my next step is to get a bit. This is a kind of a low quality camera. I appreciate that feedback. Um, and I'm glad you can see that. Yeah, so I will be fine tuning this. I do appreciate you watching it. So I do like the Craftsman. It's just some quick benefits. It's good for a first player as well. Okay, good for a first timer. It does take your focus off this board a little bit, which is fine. And this is kind of one of the. This is my third Automa round, and this is the first one that they've gotten most of the income boards. It's crazy. They've gotten most of the the landmarks, almost all of them. So I'm not sure why my focus was kind of swayed, but this industrialism card here was one of my favorites. It lets you immediately invent something, or when you invent it, you get the bonus immediately during that era. So that's cool. I'm a big fan of the tech. A big fan of the tech track. So that was cool to use that. It's always cool to play another tapestry card over another tapestry card. So I do dig that. But yeah, it's such a cool game, and it's not easy. It's easy to play. It's tough to conquer. So this is the average difficulty of this of this and I think there's 6 levels, so it's definitely tough. And I do like the random draw of both the civilization of the AI and my civilization, because I don't like to hand pick it, because I'd rather just be as on my toes as it can be. So that was cool. But yeah, does anyone have any questions about some of the things they saw? I'd be happy to answer anything. But this is, yeah, I highly recommend it for a solo play. A couple of my friends do they it's not that they don't like the game, they find it too sandboxy, and it very much could be a very sandbox type game in that you have too many options, and sometimes the cards that you get for tapestries just don't guide you in a way that you want to go, and you kind of have to make your own, like, build your own path that way. So it's kind of a, what do I do? Like, your first move is always, wait, what, like, where am I going? But the simplicity of move one space and then kind of let the story kind of unfold for you that way is excellent. That's kind of why I like Wingspan so much. You have 4 things you can do at any when it's your turn. You do these things, and you don't, or you do something else, and then the constant, like, you start off with so few resources, and then you get so many by the end. It's like reverse Wingspan, if you guys have played Wingspan. Whereas Wingspan, you lose 1 turn every time. You lose one turn every round, where this one you get multiple turns added every generation. So yeah, there's so much to think about, and there's the variety of cards. I played the game. This is now my 5th time, and I've seen 2 cards that have surprised me. So that's great. I didn't explore as much as I usually do, but it's cool. I do like this game, and you just got this today. That's awesome. I'm glad people are starting to get it too. I I'm I really like it. I'm a Stonemaier fan. My favorite game is Viticulture, and I just the ease of access to all their games is their barrier of entry, I should say, is great. I was able to teach my fiance Scythe no problem, and she's kind of like she got it as the game went on. That's definitely a more difficult game, but I'm not a 18xx gamer. I've never played a Civilization game, so I can't compare it to anything like that. But I do like this and how you can kind of make it your own and kind of focus on your civilization, some minor conflict, things like that. But if you guys enjoyed it, I'm going to be doing another stream on Wednesday. I'm going to be streaming the solo variant to Grand Austria Hotel, which is a game that doesn't come with a solo mode, but there's a very easy, super easy solo variant. And when I say easy, I just mean easy to play, easy to kind of go through the motions. And it's a beat your own score type variant, so there's no Automa. If you guys are around, same time on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing that. And then Friday night, I'm going to come back and do solo play of Sierra West, which is a game I got last week, and I do enjoy a lot. So this is the first official stream for Superboard Sunday, and I hope you guys tell a friend about it. We're on Instagram under the same name, and if you tell a friend about Twitch, that'd be awesome too. And I'm gonna upload this play to YouTube so I can get on a BGG. And again, if you guys did enjoy it, which it seems like some of you, most of you did, tell a friend to check it out. And I hope I was able to explain the Automa as best I could. And it was great to have you guys in the audience to help me with some of these rules, because it's because every game's so different, you might not see the same things every time. So I haven't dealt with Conquer much when it comes to the Automa, so it was good that you guys were there to help me out with some of those rules. And we even had one of the designers of the solo mode in this today, which is so crazy. So I'm glad it worked out that way. But yeah, if you guys liked it, consider a follow, or at the very least telling a friend if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for a solo playthrough of Grand Austria Hotel. Again, one of my favorite games. So it's favorite games week. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. Cheers. No say no. Thanks for the follow. By the next stream, I promise follow alerts, and I will hit the follow alert every time for all you guys that came here today. So again, thanks, guys. Have a great rest of the night. I'm hitting the hay. Tapestry is cool. You should check it out. And that's it. Cheers, guys.